Many men experience moments where progress finally seems to work. Energy improves, weight shifts, control feels easier. For a short time, things feel stable. Then something small happens. A stressful week, poor sleep, a missed routine, and suddenly, progress disappears. Fat returns quickly, hunger intensifies, energy drops. It feels as if weeks of effort were undone in days. This pattern is deeply frustrating and extremely common. By this point in the series, you've seen how metabolic flexibility declines, how frequent eating reinforces dependence, how hunger signals become unreliable, and why willpower cannot compensate when regulation is off. All of these changes reduce buffering capacity. Buffering capacity is the system's ability to absorb disruption without losing stability. In a flexible system, small disturbances are absorbed quietly. Energy remains accessible. Hunger stays proportional. Control returns naturally once the disruption passes. In a rigid system, the same disturbance produces a much larger response. Stress hormones rise more sharply. Insulin signaling remains elevated longer. Access to stored energy becomes further restricted. Stability is lost quickly. This is why progress feels fragile. It is not that progress was fake. It is that the system could not buffer disruption. When buffering capacity is low, progress exists only under narrow conditions. It depends on precise timing, consistent routines, and minimal stress. Outside those conditions, regulation shifts rapidly. The system responds by prioritizing immediate stability over longer-term adaptation. This response feels like reversal. Weight may return faster than expected. Hunger may spike suddenly. Fatigue appears disproportionate to the disruption. Importantly, this response is protective, not punitive. The body is not undoing progress out of failure. It is responding to perceived instability with the tools it has available. This is why reversals often feel abrupt. There is little warning. One disruption leads to a cascade. The system shifts quickly because reserve is limited. Another subtle change occurs over time. As reversals repeat, anticipation grows. Confidence becomes fragile. Each attempt feels more conditional than the last. Stability feels temporary, even when things are going well. This anticipation itself becomes a stressor. The system begins to react not only to disruption, but to the expectation of disruption. Buffering capacity erodes further. A reinforcing loop develops. This experience differs widely between individuals. One man may tolerate weeks of disruption with minimal effect. Another may experience rapid reversal after a few days. The difference lies in buffering capacity, not effort. This variability explains why advice that worked once may fail later, and why comparison with others becomes misleading. Understanding this reframes the experience. Progress did not reverse because you relaxed. It reversed because the system could not absorb change. This shifts the question. The question is no longer, how do I push harder? It becomes, why does my system lose stability so easily? In the next video, I will explain why most men reach a point where information alone is no longer enough, and why structure becomes necessary for stability. On this channel, I explain metabolism using medical science. This video is for educational purposes only. This is not medical advice. Always consult your physician.